Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
By his own admission, David Gilmour is a reluctant solo artist. The man who brought such a distinctive, fluid, and elegant guitar sound to Pink Floyd, not to mention clear, soulful vocals, is all about the group dynamic. David loves nothing more than to write songs with his partner in life and music, novelist Polly Sampson, or to get his children involved in his creative processes, or to gather accomplished musicians around him to help him realize his creative ambitions. Yet he's discovered that being rock royalty, revered across the globe for his part in records such as The Dark Side of the Moon and Wish You Were Here, is a lofty and sometimes lonely place. After you achieve these dizzying heights, people tend to show you way too much deference, he admits. It becomes hard to retrieve the setup you had when you were young. In the earlier stages of Pink Floyd, we could be as rude and insulting to each other about our personalities and our music as we wanted, and yet everything would be all right in the end. I was thrust into being band leader of Pink Floyd and, later, into being a solo artist, but I feel a more collaborative approach is better for me. No one ever stomped off permanently, until that bloke did. By that bloke, Gilmour is referring to Roger Waters, who quit Pink Floyd in 1985, creating a rift more deep than the Gallagher brothers could ever dream of. At that pivotal moment in his career, Gilmour found himself shouldering huge responsibility, whether he liked it or not. I was thrust into being band leader of Pink Floyd and, later, into being a solo artist, he says. But I feel a more collaborative approach is better for me. This insight helps explain why the 78-year-old is thrilled with his fifth studio album, Luck and Strange, released this week 9 years after his previous effort, Rattle That Lock. For Gilmour personally, it represents his most satisfying meeting of musical minds since The Dark Side of the Moon. There's a wholeness to it that I can't pin down, he tells me via video call from his cavernous barn studio in deepest Sussex where much of Luck and Strange was recorded. It goes all the way through without any concept album bulls ***T. Polly and I listen to it all the time, mostly on car journeys, and we haven't tired of it. That, I can tell you, is unusual. An irony not lost on Gilmour is that both Luck and Strange and The Dark Side of the Moon span 43 minutes, fitting neatly onto two sides of vinyl and never outstaying their welcome. Crucial to the new record was the introduction of a co-producer blissfully unaware of his charges intimidating history. Gilmour says, about 18 months ago, Polly and I went off to a building in London where we would spend 5-day working weeks. Polly was in one room, writing lyrics, and I was in a tiny bedroom that doubled up as a little studio. By late summer last year, songs were starting to take shape and we needed to get a producer on board. I looked at all the people I knew, but I'd got to a point in life where I wanted to move things forward in a different way. At Polly's suggestion, Gilmour listened to music produced by Charlie Andrew, best known for his work with Mercury Prize-winning Alt-J and fiercely original singer-songwriter Marika Hackman, and he liked what he heard. Gilmour continues, so I made contact with Charlie and he came down to the house. He had total lack of knowledge of Pink Floyd and the side of the music industry that I come from. As a married couple, we discuss our fears and our joys. She knows my preoccupations. It's a great skill that she can inhabit my head. Once hired, Charlie was refreshingly blunt with some of his opinions. He was brilliant. The producer brought in new faces while Gilmour drafted in longtime associate, bassist Guy Pratt, and ace American session drummer Steve Gadd. Another vital addition was Will Gardner, whose orchestra and choir arrangements give the album rich depth of sound without being overblown. He's a genius, with a very unusual mind, exclaims Gilmour. He reserves special praise for his lovely wife Polly, his chief lyricist for the past 30 years. As a married couple, we discuss our fears and our joys. She knows my preoccupations, he says. It's a great skill that she can inhabit my head. But her input is not limited to the lyrics. She has solid opinions on every aspect.